And we're live. Hey guys, welcome to another CSR2 live stream. I'm Ben, I'm a producer on CSR2.
I'm Craig, I'm one of the artists on the art team of CSR2, and we have a very special guest with us today, this handsome man. Introduce yourself, handsome man.
It's a lot to live up to. Hi, I'm Tom, and I am the lead game designer on CSR2. Nice to join you boys.
Well, you're more than welcome. So today we are talking about one of our new features in the latest update to CSR2, and that feature is called Elite Crew Battles. And we have Tom here to tell us all about said battles.
That's right. Can you tell us who this is for, Tom? Who's going to engage with this feature?
Sure. So Elite Crew Battles is the extension to our single player campaign. We had the campaign that came with the sort of first version of the game, where you were challenged to come up against Tyler Shacks and Shacks Industries and beat the 5 crews. And we found that players finished that and they were looking for more story content. So we've been promising this for a couple of releases, and in the latest update, it's finally here.
Okay, so how would someone access this mode?
Good question. All they need to do is have finished Tier 5 and then travel to the map. And if you enter the map from the garage, all of this new story will unfold.
Well, let's travel to the map from the garage right now,
and
and see what happens.
This is in the latest release that's live right now.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Going to the map. There we go. Ooh. So we've got some pins coming down. That's okay. There's a few pins coming down.
Yeah.
Oh, you've already been active on this build, haven't you? And then we have... Oh, hang on. This guy.
Yeah, what's this?
So this is our the new crew that you're up against, the Tempest, who you don't know too much about. Obviously, you know nothing about them right now. And there's this new figure, this imposing figure, who is called Alte, and he is who you're going to be coming up against in the first kind of edition of Elite Crew Battles, or ECB, as we like to call it, because we love an acronym.
Okay, should we just go in?
Let's
There's a little
in.
finger telling us to tap, so let's do it. Ooh, shiny things. Oh, we've cut his head off.
We've cut his head off there. Sorry about that, guys.
He's got a great face. If you imagine Ben's torso being the top half of a face, then yeah, there you go. That's okay.
It's good.
So he was waiting for us to take Shax down, and he's calling us a chump.
Yeah, he's a pretty brash guy, but yeah, the whole sort of point of this story is that this crew, the Tempest, who are kind of on the east side of the country, they've basically been waiting for you to take down Shax the whole time, as he said here. And as soon as you do that, you come back to the map and this guy sweeps in.
Cool.
Like a kind of death hawk.
Indeed. That's exactly the term that I was going to use.
So he's got a bit of beef with us by the looks of it. This isn't good. Oh, he's 7 foot tall as well, man. Okay. This isn't good.
So it feels like this is going to be tough. I mean, unless this is all talk, it seems like this is going to be a bit harder than what we're used to. Yeah,
it's a deliberately tough thing, and we've kind of got reference here that it's all about having an elite license. And this guy Alte, he won't even consider racing you until you prove that you're elite. So we introduced this new system, a new series of races, and if you get your elite license, you are now able to actually take him on. And let's just chat a bit more about this guy Alte. We've got some nice character art to this. He mentions his height a lot. He's this 7 foot figure. He's huge, he's imposing, and he's the first guy that the Tempest really send. And without giving too much of the story away, his real kind of mission is reconnaissance. He's all about getting into this city, getting information, and sort of finding out what the lay of the land is for the rest of his crew to sweep in.
Okay, so Jerry's telling us we need to buy a license.
Jerry's never done wrong by us, has he? So,
well, there was that one time, but
we don't talk about that one time.
No, he's okay. So let's go in and buy this license. Ooh, hang on.
So we've got all these other pins coming down. It seems like there's a lot to do here.
So the map's changed colour as well. Okay, Jerry.
Well, as Jerry's saying here, there are now 5 elite time trials to take down. So there's one in every tier, And the real purpose of this is to make sure you are who you say you are. That you've kind of, it's almost a refresher, but we get you to revisit the 5 tiers, and you need to beat a certain qualifying time in each of the tiers in order to kind of get your license. And we'll kind of show that. We'll play that out right now.
Okay. So Alte will only race us once we're elite, and we become elite by getting our elite license.
That's right.
Cool. Okay, let's go do a race.
And this is one of our new race modes that we've introduced for this feature, which we're really happy with.
So this is saying we need to beat 12.9 seconds in this tier. We've got a few upgrades on the
Oh, there's
bar.
a thing in the world. Look at that.
Who did the art for that, Craig?
Well, we'll never know.
All right.
So we're told we need to beat 12.9 seconds. I think
this.
I can do this fairly easily.
Get that launch.
So,
It's a wheel spin. So you've got a line on the ground that you need to try and get over. That's a pretty bad start, man. I don't think you're going to get it.
well, you've little faith. I mean, your faith is justified in being correct.
Yeah.
That I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But, that's so important. You have a try.
Yeah,
Let's
Well, I
see.
think
give it a go, shall
there's
we?
two
Right,
things
okay.
to come out of this.
Yeah.
First thing, Craig, you've been a bit nervous there.
I have been a bit nervous. I was the pressure.
Actually, there's 3 things. Second thing, whenever you're driving the Abarth, you need to shift your nitrous as soon as you get into second gear.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, it proves that we've set these quite tough, and they are meant to be challenging.
So you have to really go for it with this. You have to get all of your tuning
There he
right.
goes. There's his nitrous.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, you passed the line.
I've passed the line.
Very good.
But the line's hanging on.
So yeah,
That's
you've,
okay.
you've kind of got that line in the world that shows the time you're trying to beat.
So I'll pretend I won that.
Well done,
If that's
Craig.
all right. Thank you.
Noble
Thank you.
effort.
It was very noble, wasn't it? Okay, so
Now we're going to.
Now what happens?
Well, now we'll see your elite license being displayed to you.
Yeah.
Oh, we've gone to an advert.
come to an advert. Okay.
Gone to an ad break.
Well,
Right.
let's have an ad break. Hang on.
Well,
Let's have a look at Alte while this
Yeah, I was gonna
advert's
say.
going on.
And while we're going through this as well, just if you're just joining us, we're going through the new feature in the latest release of CSR2, and that is ECB Elite Crew Battles.
It's for elite players only, but you can become elite if you play, so that's okay. Okay, let's go back to the game. Let's go back. There we go.
Cool.
Okay, so we've got a license card, and our bath has been stamped in place with the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we've got 4 tiers remaining. We've done 1. There are 4 tiers remaining. And just a reminder to any guys watching, if you've already got your elite license, because it came out a few weeks ago now, and you're already sort of ploughing through elite crew battles, give us a like. Send us a screenshot of your elite license and the cars you use, because that'd be really cool to see.
Yeah.
And if you've got any questions, then we're here and we're listening. So fire away.
Oh well, hang on. Let's see where you fared in the crew championships first.
Yeah.
Oh, you got some keys. That's okay. Got some more keys and some gold.
All right. Let's just.
There's also the opportunity, if you guys, as we mentioned, if you've got questions, please leave them in the comments. We will look to respond to any questions that come up, try and give you an idea of how this feature works and what the benefits are. And we would really like to see if anyone, because we'll go through in a bit, the cars that you can win in Elite Crew Battles. And if you guys have got questions around those cars, we will try and give you a real look at those shortly.
So Tom, I've noticed that I now have an icon next to my Abarth 500 title at the top there. So that's just to let you know that the car is elite?
Yeah, that's exactly right. So
Okay.
in the top bar, you can see there, we've got the Abarth 500. That's been coloured in blue. And you've got this elite logo, kind of the wreath. And what's really nice is once you make a car elite, it kind of retains that status. If you go into the lobby and you race against other people, you can kind of spot which players have got
I
the
see.
elite status for their cars, and it's kind of a nice way of showing off your bragging rights.
Yeah, so you still can't see your opponent's PP and Evo points, but you can see that it's an elite car.
That's exactly right, yeah.
So we know that it's a 12.9 second tier 1 car.
So we've got a question from Craig Connolly Senior, and he's asked us, what happens if you've finished all of these time trials? Well, we'll go
We'll
into
try and get
Yeah.
through it, Craig Connolly. Craig Connolly Senior?
Craig Connolly Senior, yeah.
we'll try and show you if our driving is good enough. You will find out.
So you're now about to take on the Tier 2 time trial. That's 11.5 seconds, which again should be doable.
Okay.
We've got some good cars in our garage.
But you can do these in any order, right?
You can.
don't have to do it in that particular order.
Yeah, totally.
And I guess the thing I'm thinking, Tom, is I've got through the story in that tier, so I've already got a car that can beat the boss. Does that mean I can just use that car and get through? And if I beat the boss, then...
Yeah, that's right. I mean, we know that there are players out there who've got really good cars, big selection of cars, and we wanted to make sure that they could actually use those.
Okay, a terrible thing has happened. I've not managed to beat the time, even though I was close to the line for quite a while. Ben.
You're entertaining though, Craig.
I'm entertaining in all of the wrong ways. I'm sorry to Craig Sr., who wants to see the later on content. My driving is not good enough.
Unfortunately, he's relying on Craig Jr.
Yeah, he's the master and the apprentice in this scenario. It's certainly not me. But so Ben, you're having trouble here as well.
I am, yeah.
I reckon
Maybe we need to switch
we
to a
might
different
need to
car.
switch to one of our better Tier 2 cars.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we have a question from Salvador J.R. Carrillo.
Oh.
And they have asked, when's it coming out?
It's out now.
It is out right
Salvador,
now.
this feature, if you update to the latest version of the game on either iOS or Android, this feature is there, it's available, but you will have to have completed Tier 5. If you haven't beaten Shaxx Industries, you will not see this, but that's a good incentive, I guess, to get through the story, and then you can access this content.
So I've just noticed I was going to switch car, but I've got a Stage 6 part for this car that... I've got a couple of Stage 6 parts that they need fitting. That
was why I couldn't perform.
Well,
it was I didn't have the correct appendages attached to my
I reckon you'll
car.
need to retune as well, Ben.
That's very true, isn't it? So let's increase our nitrous a little bit.
So what's the benefit of having this ECB feature, Tom? Is there anything special you can get from playing this?
Well, as if by magic, and I promise anyone watching this wasn't rehearsed, but a question's just come in from Pip Rawlinson saying what new cars are added, and we will show you some of those new cars, because as well as this new mode and a lot more kind of story content and some new narrative, you get the opportunity to race against some of the crew members that were in the previous tiers, in the previous crews, because we focus a lot on the boss and we kind of have this big showdown with the boss, but once you've beaten a crew member, they're gone and you never see them again. And we really wanted to devote a bit more story to them.
And they've got some seriously cool cars as well.
They have, yeah. There's 5 cars. I think Ben is ready in a bit to chat about those cars, but there's some really cool brand new cars for players to win that are kind of exclusive.
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, you talk about the characters that we faced off in the single-player story. You're going to see them coming back with their cars, and you'll have an opportunity to race them again and beat them again. Remember, they've upped their game a little bit. They're a little bit tougher than they were before. They've had just as much time as you guys have. So, be prepared.
Talking about
upping their game.
There we go.
Oh,
although you did have
it was
3,
close. It was on the line almost.
There was 3 Stage 6 parts. So, that's a lot of Stage 6.
It is, and as we mentioned,
it's put to good use.
You need some good cars for this. If you kind of want to rock up in a half upgraded car, they're not going to beat this license, and it's called an elite license.
Yeah,
for
it's
a reason.
tough, and we play the game every day, and I'm having trouble with it. So
absolutely.
you've got to be a high performer. So there's Jerry. He's enjoying the proceedings.
So I've seen the license come up now after each race. How do I bring that license up if I want to go back and see what time I got or see what car was on there?
So you can bring the license back up if you go into the side panel and you go to your profile, and then there is a little entry there saying Elite License Level 1, 40% complete.
Yep.
If you tap that, it'll bring up your license and you can screenshot it or do whatever you want with it.
Awesome.
Cool. And that will record all of the times across all of the 5 tiers. So you can keep it and maybe print it out as a certificate of authenticity, frame it, gold leaf around the edge, hang it on your wall, spotlight pointing down at it, turn all the other lights in the room off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
holograms.
Craig's not really
laser
giving this any
beams.
thought.
You read my mind. That's every detail.
Right, we're two
So-
tiers down.
Okay,
Let's get into another
so
tier.
California 30, will that do it, do you think? Or
That's got some pretty good PP.
Maybe
Yeah.
lacking a bit of Evo. We should have a look.
Let's have
Let's
a look
try-
at what else we've got in our inventory.
in our inventory? Or okay, so
Tier 3.
tier 3, we've not got many tier 3 ones knocking about.
You've got those other
Oh, hang
two
on.
garages there. What have we got? The Camaro SS, the Liberty Walk Hellcat.
Where's
But it hasn't got as much. You know what? We should stick with the California because look at the PP. It's not upgraded. It doesn't have anything on it. The PP on that California is pretty good.
Let's do it.
Okay,
I mean,
let's
we're
go,
up in
let's
tier
go.
4, tier 5 territory.
And while we're talking cars, Beth Kabir has asked us a good question, and you guys are well up on your cars, so I will defer to you. The question is this: what are a few of your favourite cars in the game?
Oh, do you want to? I know mine straight away. Do you want to do yours first, or?
I will do that.
Yeah.
My favourite car is the Bugatti Chiron Red Edition, which we had a special event for last year, in which we helped raise some money for the Red Foundation, which goes to combating AIDS and things like that. So,
Don't forget to raise Craig.
okay, but you can't get the Red Edition Chiron anymore, but you can win a regular Chiron in rare imports. So if you are interested in getting a Chiron, go see Donna and pay her some golden keys.
Yeah.
Ben, what's your
Yeah,
favourite
absolutely.
car in the game while Craig takes out, hopefully, this tier 3 time trial?
My favourite car in the game right now is the Koenigsegg Regera, just because it is a mean, badass car with 3 gears. It manages to wipe out the competition in the game. So maybe that's what Craig should be driving now.
If I was driving the Regera, that race would have been finished approximately, what time are we on? 10:02.
Yeah.
It would have been finished in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
So, right,
Let's
you
do
need
a
to
rerun. We haven't got a lot of Evo in here.
Tom, what's your favourite?
jump in.
My favourite is the car that I'm having the most success with in rare imports right now. Or, sorry, not rare imports, live races. I got it from rare imports, and it is the Lamborghini Aventador SV. It was recently...
the Super Veloce.
recently a Prestige Cup feature car. So a lot of people have got it, and a lot of people have got them to a really high level. But it is a
Yeah.
useful car.
If you're in multiplayer at the moment, you see that car popping up a lot.
You do.
It's tough as well. It's a fast car. It's a very fast car.
And what we should do is ask people what your favourite cars are. Get in the comments, please, and say from all 5 tiers. Let's not just focus on tier 5, although that's probably where most of them will be. But please let us know which cars you're loving, what you'd like to see coming up soon in the game, because it's great to get your feedback.
Show us your customized rides as well, because we see a lot of that on Facebook and on Twitter. But yeah, post a pic in the comments and let us see your favourite whip.
A question's come in from Jake Sully, and he asks very sensibly, what is an elite crew battle? Jake, an elite crew battle is effectively the next load of crew battles. The original campaign, we had crew battles in every tier, and because these are a lot tougher and we're really taking up the sort of intensity of them and the difficulty, and we ask you to do a lot more of them, we decided to call them elite crew battles. We will show you them in a bit, hopefully. Once we get our elite license, we will kind of access the elite crew battles, and we actually focus on a race against a member of Azure Inferno, who are our tier 3 crew, and you come up against Amelia, and you actually face her in Amelia's challenge, and that is actually an elite crew battle.
Nice, but you need the elite license to get into this particular stage,
I
right?
sure do.
Okay. We just got some technical difficulties at the moment, so bear with us while we figure out what's gone wrong.
So why don't we, just to answer one of our viewer questions, why don't we talk about the incentive behind completing this? Because as a completionist, I want to get my license, but why would I want to go through these races? They seem pretty tough. The rewards, the cash didn't seem that great from them. So why am I going through these, Tom?
Well, the biggest reason you want to do them is because by completing this first sort of edition, of Elite Crew Battles. There's going to be more characters introduced, there's more story, and it's going to be coming sort of later in future updates. The other huge aspect of this, which we're pretty hyped about, and we think you will be too, is the opportunity to win some really cool new cars, which potentially, rather than trying to take out these crew battles or time trials, we could have a quick look at some of the new cars, if that makes sense. How do you feel about that, Ben?
We absolutely could. What I was going to do is jump through so that we can show them some of these elite battles. So we're going to jump through and complete on a different profile. We've got a completed elite license.
Okay, so we're just switching the phones over at the
Yeah,
moment.
exactly,
That's why we've stuck on this screen for a little while.
Yeah,
but
sorry
almost
about
done.
this, guys.
Lots of wires,
Here's one we prepared earlier.
Absolutely. Right, so we're going to go through now and show you some of the Tier 3 races we've got. Now, this is a pretty awesome profile. We've got a really nice spec. Let's show you a really nice spec Liberty Walk SRT Hellcat.
And it might be worth just having a quick look at the completed license as well, if that's there.
Yeah, absolutely. Go through and have a look at that.
Okay. Here
Will
we
it be
go.
available?
Go. Oh, we've not completed that one.
Oh,
Okay.
no, okay.
That's okay. Let's have a look at the cars. Let's have a look at the
Yeah,
cars.
let's
So
jump
this
in and show
is-
the race.
What is this?
So this is a Liberty Walk Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat.
Man, that's quite a pungent green.
Yeah, and check out the liveries we've got all over it. It just shows some of the awesome aftermarket upgrades the car has.
That's cool. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to go and do a crew battle?
Yeah,
Elite
let's
crew
go
battle, sorry.
check out where so Alte's now appeared in Tier 3. And we've got what looks like Amelia's challenge there is locked. It says beat Alte to unlock. See what he's got to say.
See what he's saying. Back already. Okay. He's not impressed.
So he's referring to the fact you've now got your elite license, and as he said there, you're officially elite.
That's right.
But he's kind of referencing that the 5 cars that you used, he is kind of suggesting that that's all you've got. You're a 5-trick pony, Craig.
That's quite a few tricks.
That's 5 horsepowers.
Yeah.
Is that a lot? That's not a lot.
No, it's not.
Okay.
But
I
this
don't
is-
want to be a 5-trick pony.
You
I want
don't.
to be 800 trick pony.
Yeah.
So he's saying, prove me wrong in a different ride. And this is basically Alte's way of saying he thinks you've got 1 car in each tier and that's it.
Yeah.
And we know that all the players who've completed the 5 tiers, they've been buying cars, they've been spending keys, they've been upgrading them, and we really wanted to give players an excuse to actually upgrade and use those cars.
Okay,
So you've got Amelia's back here again, and she's saying, "Look, okay, right."
She's asking
sorry.
for help. Okay,
Yeah.
that's cool.
She's
that's
asking
fine.
for help, and this is kind of a reference. People who played the story, they will know, or maybe they won't, that she's part of Azure Inferno, and they were actually the crew that took all of Pit Row's cars.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And
Yeah.
Kurt's, her leader, sort of left them in the lurch, and so she's being a bit apologetic. She knows
Too
that
right.
they kind
Okay.
of messed you about, but she needs your help now, so the tables have turned.
Well,
Yeah, but you got to make sure you choose a different ride, or else they won't race you. So
okay,
no
so
elite
now
cars.
her pin is now available to play with.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to need... Okay, that's cool. So she's going to help us improve our car by all of the rewards that we win. So,
That's
okay.
it. By racing her, you're going to get this car to a level where you can kick Alte out of her turf.
Okay.
Right.
He's getting kicked out.
But
Don't
wait,
you worry
what's
about that.
Amelia driving there? So she's got the Liberty Walk M4 Coupe that we saw originally in the single player campaign.
Sorry, I got distracted then because an amazing question came in from Alan Headwell. The guy in the red jacket, that's Craig. Is this going to be on Android? I need to know, please.
Yes, it is already on Android. You can get it right now. But you'll need to finish Tier 5 first.
Yes.
What was
Yeah.
that guy's name?
Alan,
Alan. Well done, Alan. Go download.
it's available, just to reiterate, it's available on iOS and Android. It is there for you right now.
Okay, so
But you must have finished Tier 5.
Yeah. So if you're just joining us, you're probably wondering what's going on here. We've got some pretty awesome cars in a race. We're checking out Elite Crew Battles, which is a feature we've added in the latest release of CSR2 on both iOS and Android. This is available now to anyone that's completed Tier 5. It's an extension to our single-player narrative.
So I destroyed Amelia there.
Yeah,
That's Jess
pretty
is
good
giving
car.
us a prize as well. Fusion part, that's good. Okay, so Amelia's car, that was a pretty tasty looking car. We should go check that out, right?
We should. And a nice aspect of this, and this is a question that I'm just responding to here. Frank Vermeulen asked, will there be a revenge sequence for crew battles to win lost boss cars?
Oh, good question.
And the way it's working is we don't currently let you have revenge missions to win crew boss cars from the original campaign, but we've kind of set up the high stakes challenges where you can win the boss cars for elite crew battles. There's a car in every tier, and we make sure that if you did purchase Super Nitros, we guarantee that you will win the car. Even if you have a bit of a shocker, and we know that there were some issues before, you will get that car. So if you want to be guaranteed to win it, you can.
Yeah.
Otherwise, make sure that car is tuned, fused, stage 6'd, you're feeling lucid, you're feeling relaxed.
You're feeling elite.
Yeah, you're feeling
It's how to
elite.
feel elite.
So when you guys update to the latest version of CSR2, if you come to the dealership, you're going to see this awesome array of badges. You're going to see there's new cars in every tier, and that's because we've put these cars in the dealership so that you can go in, check them out, and see what you've got coming up. So why don't we jump to tier 3 there?
Tier 3.
Right.
While you're doing that, I'm going to give a shout out to Dokugan, who is listening from Germany. I hope you've got your name right. Thank you for watching.
Nice, shouts out. So this is a cool car. So this is a Liberty Walk customized M4.
This is
right?
exactly. So it's a brand new car that they've taken an angle grinder to and stuck some an awesome wide body kit on. And again, check out all the liveries. You can see some of the awesome tuning that's gone into this car. Incredible wheels. Look at the size of those rear tires, man. It's amazing.
So the tires and the rims. Oh man,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
I mean, this car's like 12 inches wider than the stock M4. It makes it look like a baby's car.
So it can't fit in many garages.
It would no.
Garage. Garage.
Lucky Pit Row have got such a spacious environment.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, so let's jump out now and go and do another of Amelia's races. I want to get through. They look like there were some pretty awesome prizes in there. So
Should we go have a look at what kind of prizes you might be able to get?
Let's do it.
yeah,
Okay.
although I mean I think the guys probably want us to do some races, but let's jump through and have a look.
We have got a question about one of the cars that comes from Larry's challenge, so maybe we can look at that in a bit, and then I can reference your question. Nick Pataris, we've seen your question. We will respond. Keep watching.
Right.
Intense. Wow, I'm looking forward to it. So you should be able to, like, based on your previous time, you should be able to roll through this race. I mean, look at it.
Yeah, I think we're racing in a pretty pimped out ride.
Now, not everyone's going to have a pimped out ride. What kind of difficulty are they going to be expecting? You know, we've gone through the time trial. You're going to use your best car in the time trial because they're tough, they're hard. So how difficult is this going to be for players? Tom?
They will get tough. So the initial races, although it looks like they're really easy here, they're still kind of for cars that have got stage 3 upgrades there or thereabouts. We then kind of amp up the difficulty, so they get progressively tougher over the challenge. By the time you get to the end, they're going to be tougher than the original crew battles that you faced in the respective tiers. So Amelia's is probably relatively tough. Once you get down into tier 5 and you come up against Larry, who was in Shax Industries, and he drives an insane car from a manufacturer we've never seen before. I realise I'm teasing that a lot.
Yeah.
But his race is particularly tough. The tier 4 one is really tough. So you're looking at probably a couple of stage 6 parts. You're looking at fusion. You've got to have tuned. You've got to hit your shifts right.
Okay. So, do you get a chance to win Amelia's car?
You do, and you can do it in 2 ways actually, which is nice. When you finally beat Amelia's challenge and you beat Alte, who you will race on a few occasions, you get the opportunity to win her car in a high stakes challenge. And if you don't win it in the high stakes challenge, or even that you do, when you win that car, a change we've made is to make sure that you win it with stock parts. So you can upgrade it however you want,
interesting.
and you get a car with a really good potential. To help you max that car out, as soon as you've won that car, or as soon as you've had the opportunity to race for it, Donna will start taking deliveries of that car, or a variation of it, to the lot.
Right.
So if you're lucky enough to win it, and then you win it from Donna, you can strip that car for fusion parts, or even stage 6
Or you
parts.
can keep it.
Or you can keep it and have an army of Liberty Walk machines.
Right.
But it's a nice change up that I think we've done, and it should mean that players can really upgrade the car how they want. Because you'll remember that the previous crew battle cars, they were kind of all stage 6 parts, but they were kind of at this slightly odd PP value, which was halfway through the next tier. We've moved away from that.
Yeah. So the car that you win in the high stakes challenge, that's exclusive to the high stakes challenge. You can't win that anywhere else. So you won't be able to get it with the special liveries or
No,
anything
that's
like
right.
that?
It's an exclusive version. But yeah, this recycled version, if you kind of get that term, that will be very similar, has a slightly different look, but it won't be the absolute bespoke one that's been created for the crew member themselves.
So it's similar to the way that our prize cars work. It's our first place prize, the ultimate rarest, most exclusive version, versus the a similar car, similar setup, just not with the same
So
customization.
if we go, Craig, can we just jump into the dealership and have a look at? I've mentioned this car that's available in Tier 5. So if you were able, we don't want to give too many spoilers away, but if you're able to beat Amelia, and it's interesting that we start in Tier 3, we don't start in Tier 1, Alte will then pick himself up and he'll move to a different tier, and he kind of moves around the map, but not necessarily in the order you're expecting. And by the time you get to Tier 5, there is a brand new car available to win for Tier 5. And it's from a Spanish, is that right, Ben? A Spanish car manufacturer?
It is. It's actually our first Spanish-made car in the game. There is a logo on the screen that kind of teases it a little bit, but if you jump into Tier 5, Craig...
Tier 5? Okay.
Yeah, let's see it in context with all the other all the other cars in that tier.
That is what Nick Bataris was asking about. Are there any plans to release more GTA Spano parts after winning Larry's ride? So if you're able to win this car from Rare Imports, Nick, you'll be able to strip it and get stage 6 or fusion parts. As soon as you've seen this car as well, and you've kind of had the opportunity to race for it, then you will be able to pull fusion parts as well. So GTA parts will start dropping in the daily bronze Rare Imports and from trials and things like that.
Man, this car's good.
And if anyone has got any of these boss cars and you've started to max them out and you're fitting upgrades in fusion parts, please send us your screenshots. Let's see these cars and let's see what kind of Evo you've got for them.
So if I win this car in Rare Imports, this GTA thing, that's not going to have this red rims and the red splitter at the back or any of these skirt details.
That's right. So what will happen is after you've completed that event, and whether you've won the car or not, you'll notice that the car that we display in the dealership, much in the same way that we treat our championship prize cars, will change to the version that you can win in Rare Imports.
Okay. And these cars, these boss cars, are they the most powerful cars in those tiers, or?
In terms of the PP, they are quick cars.
So you want to have them, right? You want them in your arsenal.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So should we take a look at maybe one more car?
We could do that. While you're doing that, I'm going to respond to a question from Aaron Wilson, who asks, what character in the story best resembles yourself?
Oh man.
I mean, I'm not 7 foot tall. Let's start.
I'm not 7 foot tall. I'm on my way to 7 foot.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get there, I don't think.
I think I'd probably be in Gold Rushes.
Oh, really?
Because I'm a slight poser, and people are probably saying I'm a bit soft, and I like myself.
Yeah.
So maybe I'd go with that.
I fancy myself as Amelia, if I'm honest.
Wow.
I mean,
interesting. Okay.
It's the crop top that I think would suit me.
So you're a reformed car thief who operates out of the salt flats.
Yeah.
Knew it.
Yeah.
If there was a Viking-based crew,
yeah,
I'd be happy to join them, but in lieu of that, and the fact that I've got a red hoodie, I'm going to go with
New Fangs.
And I'm going to go
character?
with.
There's.
I'm going to go with Conduit because I
Yeah.
like his car. Yeah, Golf
Sneak,
Mark
I thought
1.
you might go Sneak because he's a big gamer.
Yeah, that's
He
what I was
does lots
thinking.
of games references.
But then, I
Well-
mean, we've seen that Twitch reflexes maybe aren't Craig's forte, right? So
Talking of Tier 1, so this is Angel's car.
yeah, I mean, check this out, guys.
This is awesome.
First Honda in the game.
First Honda in the game and a
It
Civic
is.
as well.
Yep. Check out the interior, Craig, by tapping on that. And
So this car is flipped for what some people would understand as being the driver's side. So that's because it's a Japanese car, right?
that's absolutely right. So in Japan, in the UK, in Australia, we drive on the right side
roll
of
cage.
the road
Big
of the
time.
car. And yeah, I mean, check out the interior. The entire interior has been stripped out. There's no door cards in here. There's no carpet. No luxuries whatsoever.
Super light.
Yeah,
Angel doesn't need luxury. She's all about speed.
he doesn't.
Man,
Absolutely.
that's a crazy car.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And you can win this by defeating her in a high-stakes challenge after you finished her ECB
That's right.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Angel's Challenge, and this is the pot of gold that's awaiting you at the end of that.
Oh, what a pot of gold.
Is it?
See, I'd be quite happy with having a garage full of these guys in different colours.
Absolutely, yeah.
So,
Keeping it retro.
yeah, I don't think I'd even strip these if I won them in rare imports. Okay. So, should we do a couple more races?
We'll do a couple more, and
Yeah.
then I guess we'll probably wrap up because we don't want to give away too much for players, and we want you to experience this stuff for yourselves.
Yeah, and there's a lot of content here, guys. I mean, there was no way we would be able to show everything in one stream for you. Highly recommend you go through and play some of the races. Check out the prizes as well, because the cash, the soft currency, isn't great for each tier, but the prizes are amazing. The rewards you get are
And
great.
one other thing that we're not going to show you today, but hopefully you guys will find it for yourself, is there is a brand new, other than the Elite Time Trial, there's a brand new race mode with a new camera angle and a slightly different mechanic. It's really neat, and we're really excited for you to kind of experience that. And if you know what we're talking about, you can mention it in the comments.
Yeah.
If not, then I look forward to you reaching it.
Yeah, and actually, if you guys have played that game mode, it'd be really interesting to see some of your times. If you could share some of your race times, it's something that we've not measured before. We're interested to see how people are doing.
Yeah, there's also some other things in the most recent update as well. Yeah, so some things that you can find if you look for them. We can't tell you exactly what they are, but maybe take a look around the garage, see if you can spot anything. Yeah, you probably noticed as well. We also have a winter track at the moment. That was to go inside with the holiday period. It won't be there forever, so enjoy it while you still can.
So as if luck would have it, here's one of these new game types that we're talking about, Tom. So Amelia's saying here, let's test our acceleration with a new game type, a new race type. So the first to hit 100 miles an hour wins, and nothing else matters.
So you don't need to worry about getting to the finish line, or
Absolutely not. We wanted to give something a bit fresh for players because we know that you've done a lot of races.
Look at this.
So we've got this new mode. It's either 0 to 100 or 0 to 60, depending on what tier you're in. In tier 3, it's all about 0 to 100.
Okay.
We've got a good car here, but what you will need to do in some of the races is really think about your tuning. Maximise your acceleration when you use your nitrous.
So I deployed my nitrous really early
Super
then,
early off the line.
because it doesn't matter after 100. There's no point.
Got this
You
nice
won, that
little
was good.
cutscene.
It's cool.
Nice. Okay, so they those kind of gameplay types pop up during the challenges that you face against all the other characters.
Yeah, they're kind of sprinkled throughout the challenge for each of the characters. So just keep an eye out for when it's going to be a sprint race. You'll be told about it in the event panel, and make sure your car's set up to kind of handle that different race type.
Yeah, get those gear ratios tweaked. That'll help you out a lot, I think.
Okay.
Okay. I guess we should probably wrap it up about
Probably
now.
should. We don't
right?
want to
We've-
reveal too much. That's we've given you guys a taste of what you're coming. This is just one tier that we've shown you.
Oh, hang on, look at that.
Yeah, I
That's
think
a bit
we've
dangerous,
we've
isn't
lost
it?
Craig now, Tom.
Again.
He's going to be looking at this for hours. So
We've got green seats inside, man. That's crazy.
Thanks for joining us. Obviously, our Facebook is at CSR Racing Game. On Twitter and Instagram, we are at CSR Racing. We hope you join us again for another live stream in the near future.
Thank you for your questions and for your comments and for your likes and all of that. Keep your comments coming. If you want to see new race modes, if you want to see new cars, please tell us what you'd like us to do with this game.
Yeah, tell us what you want to see and share your times. Please share your times. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.